Welcome back. This is Miss Chris channel and my name is Tiana. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. The first video you watched was the introductory video to the channel, and this is the main video where we delve deep into the topic for today. Visiting Accra for the first time. It's been quite a process, huh? Going through my Pan-African journey with my new YouTube audience and joining other African creators, YouTube creators to, contribute in my own little ways about what Africa means to me and how much we love our continent is very important. And that's one of the foundations to starting this channel or deciding to start this channel. Although I've been on a number of YouTube videos, and it's quite impressive starting my own thing. It's not easy. I'm not a camera person. Some people are skilled behind the camera. Other people are skilled in front of the camera. Other people are skilled in writing scripts. We all have our different strengths. And honestly, positioning cameras it's not one of my favorite things to do. So, traveling can be very exhausting for a lot of people, and that's why today most people consider virtual traveling where they don't leave their rooms. They just watch other people travel and they feel okay. Because they're like, I can't plan an itinerary, I can't park, I can't airport check-ins, all these things, and then hotels, and then it's very stressful. People who have really traveled will tell you planning a trip doesn't come easy for some people. So if you're like me, who is a little bit anxious and I plan, I'm an organizer and stuff like that, I tend to over plan when I'm traveling because I don't know what will happen. I don't want, one of my dresses I want to wear, the zip is faulty. All of a sudden, I pack even super glue when I'm traveling. I take my sewing kits. I take anything I can think of because I can be very anxious, It's very crazy. And I can imagine a lot of people might be like me, when traveling, we always try to prepare for the worst. We don't want to be taken by surprise. And even in those cases, sometimes things still happen. When you say, I'm traveling, I don't want to buy anything when I go there, I'm packing everything I need, but then you end up going there and you still buy something. As you're planning, if you're coming to the country, please, especially when you're coming to Ghana, this is number one point I'm giving you. Things to know when you come to Ghana. Get your internet situation on point or intact, because we don't have internet. Immediately you leave your hotel or your Airbnb or whatever situation you have to stay connected to your emails and checking your stuff, or if you're working online and stuff like that. I don't know how you stay connected. So in order for you to purchase a local number, a local SIM card, you have to, there's something called non-citizen ID. Is an ID that would let you buy or purchase a local SIM card if you intend to stay in the country for longer than a week or two and you want to stay connected to your friends, or you work online, or you're on vacation but you respond to emails and stuff like that. So it lasts for 1 year, and that non-citizen ID, you can also use it to register for mobile money, because in Ghana here we often use our phones to save money. It's just like the name mobile money. You put money on your phone number and you use it to pay for stuff. Also, I don't know if you intend to have a bank account or your residence permit is what you use for your bank account. You have to do all this research to know. The longer you're staying in the country, the longer you need to do your research to know how to make your life in the country a little bit easier. Number 2, you have to change money. I can't say this enough. You have to change money because, and as you're changing the money, you have to know the exchange rates, because if you don't know the good exchange rates, you might get ripped off. You have to know how much is a dollar to Ghana cedi. How much is the Bank of Ghana charging, and how much is the the institutions or the black markets, or you have to have all this information when you're changing the money, because you need to get a good rate so you can get extra money for that money. So if not, you're going to lose money. And another point why you have to change money is if you're coming here with the hope that you don't have money in your bank account, you're coming here because you have a credit card. Please, I beg you, Don't come here and get stranded. You have to come prepared. You people say Africa is cheap. We don't live on credits. We don't buy food on credits. Even right now, if you want to go and buy fried rice or jollof rice, they'll tell you no credit today, come tomorrow, because the economy there, Ghana, yeah, shit, like you don't get it. Like, don't come here with your credit card without having cash, because lots of places, I don't think, unless there is some place that is owned by an American or some foreign guy and he chooses to take credit card. But for the most part, if you go to the malls, people don't take credit cards. We don't have credit card in Ghana. Everything is being paid for by the people. That's how poor Africa is. Have money in your bank account, because they only receive cash. Maybe mobile money transaction if you have a local SIM card and you save money on your number. Or you have a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express. Number 3. When you come to Ghana, please, I beg you, if you're shipping your car to the country, if you haven't driven in Africa before, if it's your first time here, do not be so eager to drive here. I'm begging you. You might be an A1 driver in your country, but here, it's a whole ball game. When you come to Ghana, or when you come to some African countries, you have to take your time to observe how people are driving here. If you have not lived here before, please do not be so eager to drive, because the driving system is very different from where you're coming from. Even in the UK, people in America, when they go to UK, they see that there's a difference. It's the same thing when you come here. There's also a difference. Number 4, if you're going out and you have locals around, maybe you are at the hotel or an Airbnb and you have neighbors or something like that, please always ask the neighbors for the price, the fare, if you're going out, if you're going to take a public car. But for me, I really implore you to use your phone to order a ride. I'm sure you have those services in your country. And if you're using them, it's very convenient for you as well. But if you want to experience the life of the locals and you want to use the local services like the taxis or the commercial buses, which we call tro here, please ask the hotel people, the Airbnb, or wherever your accommodation is, ask them how much the fare costs from point A to point B. Because if you don't, you might end up meeting the driver that will charge you tourist price. This is not just a Ghana thing. This is something that happens in almost every country where you're a foreigner, you're new to the country, you might be overcharged, you might be ripped off. So please always ask people around you the actual fare for where you're going to, so you can get the fare the locals are being charged. Another point is, this is not just applicable to Ghana. I think you should already know this when you're traveling. Don't go there and make yourself a target. What do I mean by that? You have to be street smart. It's not just when you're in Ghana or anywhere you go, even in your country, you have to be street smart. When you go to an environment where you're not so used to, or you feel foreign, or you don't know your way around, you have to be very, very strict and very cautious. For the most part, nothing will happen to you when you come here. But if you put yourself out as a target, people who might be having a bad day or might see opportunity to do something or to steal or to pickpocket and all that, they will. If you give them a reason, they will. If you come and you show like, hey, I have money, my wallet is just laying there, they will take it. They will take it. So you have to be street smart. And also, there's a place called Circle, Odoma Circle, Odoma Lane. When you go there, please don't be so greedy and you want to buy things from people by the roadside. I know I shouldn't be saying that because I'm spoiling someone's business, but I'm also helping you so you don't go fall victim. A lot of foreigners are falling victim to people who sell things by the pavement. Don't be too greedy and you say, hey, look at this phone. iPhone there, how much? It's so cheap. Oh, you go and buy it. That phone or that gadget you're going to buy, what are the guarantees that gadget, if you have a problem, you can go back to return it? Or if you go back, you will see the same person at the same spot. So please, unless you have money to throw away as you come to the country, don't be too greedy to buy things by the people from the pavements walking around, and buy from people who have stores. There are people who have stores there. Buy from them so that tomorrow, if there's a problem with the thing, you can always go back to return it. We've heard stories, we've heard stories, like some people buy things there and when they go home, it turns into a rock or a stone or something. I don't know how true that is. It's never happened to me, but many people have had experiences like that where they bought something and then it turned into a soap bar. So the next point is, it's actually going to be nice for you to learn a few words in the local language. I taught you one of the words. I don't know if it's in this video or a number of other videos I've recorded that I never posted. Because I keep recording this over and over again because I just simply can't get it right. So, Ghana is an English-speaking country as we know it. I know a lot of Ghanaians will come for me for saying this, but when you come to the country, they don't speak English like the way you would speak English in the UK. Everywhere, every stop, they don't. They speak their local language. It's just like going to China and people are speaking Chinese everywhere you go. That's how you hear their local language everywhere. And, sorry. They have a lot of local languages here, but the most popular local language is the Akan language, which is often called the tree language. And this language is a little bit easier from what I have experienced or what I know because I come to like the language and really, I think I could probably speak Tree more than my own local language in Nigeria, but I would say that out loud. When you come here, do not freak out if they're speaking a lot of their local language. Yes, some of them can speak English, but many a times they would respond to you in local languages. It would be nice to learn a few languages. So if you see a Ghanaian and they say, oh, Obroni, they're pointing and laughing at you, do not take offense to it. It's just a compliment. Obroni means a white person. It's not an insult. The best way to respond is just to wave and smile and go your way and stuff like that. It's just like in Nigeria, we say Obroni is Oyibo. No, Obroni, Oyibo. It sounds kind of like not the same, but it starts with an O, so something similar, right? The next point is drink a lot of water when you come here. The climate has changed over the course of months. The weather has been increasingly hot, and as people are having droughts in their country, we're having really scorching sun here. Even we know Ghana is hot, but Charlie, this past few months has been crazy. Like it's super, super hot. So when you come here, try to drink a lot of water so you don't get dehydrated. And Ghanaians, for the most part, are very toned down people. So if you come here and you're very loud, over the place, all around, people might stare at you because you're drawing attention to yourself. And I think in most countries, it's like that. When you're being noisy, loud, you're in a restaurant and raising your voice, people would definitely turn to look at you. So for the most part, majority of Ghanaians are very toned down. It doesn't mean you won't find one or two Ghanaians who are very out of the place and doing their own thing. But when you come here being all flashy, doing all these things, I'm not saying they're not flashy or anything, but just try to blend in with the people. When you come, that's part of you, trying to get to know the locals. When you come down to the local level and see how the people live, you probably understand them better. When you come here and you're being very flamboyant and doing all this stuff, they just look at you like, okay, is this, yeah, so. Another point is Ghanaians can be very, very, very sensitive with their music. And I don't know this whole fuse between Ghana and Nigerian music. It shouldn't even be a contest or something like that because Ghana and Ivory Coast, I think, are the largest producers of cocoa in West Africa. I don't know if any other African country can compete with that. You don't hear Nigerians saying, oh, we are the largest producer of cocoa. We don't have it. What you don't have, you don't have. What you have, you enhance, you project, you capitalize on it. So I feel like all this music, entertainment struggle, you don't hear Canadians arguing that Hollywood is their thing because it's not yours. Today, Hollywood is the number one in the world, when it comes to music, entertainment and stuff like that. We don't compete with that. I don't know why this whole fuse in Ghana music thing came. Why don't we just appreciate and accept all African music? Why does it have to be one is the best, one is not the best and stuff like that? Ghana and Nigeria do not even share a border. They should compete with Togo. Togo music and Ghana, I don't even know why they always say we're neighbors. We're not neighbors. We're like two different countries before you get to know. It's very far, So we should, as Africans, we should always capitalize on what we have. If entertainment is your thing, capitalize on it. If entertainment is not your strong suit, capitalize on what you have. Today, Ghana is one of the hotspots for tourism in West Africa. They can capitalize on it that, oh, we're number one in West Africa, we're a safe place, we're this, we're that. Capitalize on it. Nigerians are all over the place. You can't blame them because they are the most populated country in Africa. So definitely you find them everywhere, just like the Chinese people. You find Chinese businesses everywhere because we have a lot of people in the country already. So if people are migrating and stuff, we still have more than enough people in the country back home. So I think I digressed a little bit, but this Ghana-Nigerian challenge, it doesn't just make sense to me. And maybe because I'm stuck in the middle between these two countries, I just don't like the competition. It should come to an end already. So that being said, when you come to Ghana, please do not come here and bring the Nigerian battle with, we're not ready for that argument. We're tired of hearing the argument. Learn to appreciate Ghanaian music. They have great talents. They have great artists as well. And yeah, you'll be okay for the most part. And before I proceed, the Obroni thing usually happens with kids. Not like, you won't experience it very often, like people are giggling and like pointing at you, Obroni. You won't experience that a lot because we have lots of white or Caucasian people in Accra, so you won't experience that a lot among adults. Usually it's kids who are a little bit excited and stuff. You see that. And it also depends on the area you are, so that would not happen very often. So if any Ghanaian come for me and tell me, oh, don't come and say this about our country that we don't speak English, oh, Charlie, please cool down. Yeah, but why? Cool down. I'm being honest. Let's be honest and say what is real, because I've had people with real experiences and they've really reveal their frustration about coming here to learn English and then going back home and learning trade instead. And some of them, their English did not improve at all because maybe the house where they rented, it's a compound house and everybody's speaking Tree and just one English, and they go back to school, they're surrounded with their French people. Some of them they didn't pick up. But if you have mixed foreigners, maybe some Nigerians here and there, maybe you speak more English and stuff. But if you're depending on learning English from a typical Ghanaian, I'm not saying they won't speak with you, but it won't be like, let's say, if a French person going to the UK to school. Everywhere they're speaking English there, you'll be forced to learn. So the next point, as I've mentioned, coffee shop. Ghana is the largest producer of cocoa in Africa, or one of the largest in Africa. But we don't have the coffee culture here like you have in your country. So early morning you're having coffee, this. We don't have that here. That's not to say that we don't drink coffee. We drink coffee, but we don't drink it like you do. Now, having said that, if you see a Ghanaian girl you like, this one, Ghanaians will come for me, but I'm just going to say it anyways. If you see a Ghanaian girl you like, especially in maybe in the restaurants and a lot of people are there, not just foreigners, like a mixture of foreigners and Ghanaians as well. Or maybe you're even in a local place, a local bar, and maybe you're a Caucasian person or something like that. And you say a Ghanaian you like, don't go there and be doing like you're from some crass bush person, or don't go there and say, hey, call that girl wearing red. Hey, masa, why? Is this how you call girls in your country? Is this how you do things? And another thing I'm going to say is, you see how in Nigeria, like when you're driving, maybe a guy, if I've experienced it, even when I was a teenager, I've experienced it where you're driving and someone is like saying, oh, let me give you a lift or something like that, or you see someone with a very nice car. You know this American culture where we're watching the movies where this guy will be chasing this girl with a car, like, oh, baby, can you give me your number, kind of. In Ghana, there you won't get. I'm telling you the truth. Majority of Ghanaian guys will not be chasing you with a car, like, give me your number, driving. So, they don't pick girls like that by the roadside. I'm telling you, you can be fine as hell. He might like you, he might even look at you, he'll be looking at you, he's driving, he won't stop. Is it the way Nigerian men are very up in your face? I think Nigerian men are a little bit like the Americans. Like they're very like Ghanaians probably like the Canadians. They're very, subtle and chill. Nigerian men are so like underground. Like the Nigerian guy is very chill. Like if he sees you, I think the best thing he probably will do in that situation, if he really, really wants you, and there are people around, and I've had a guy who sort of chased me at the traffic before, but even that one cry, I think if he's a Nigerian man, he will follow me. He will follow me to where I'm going to. But this guy, he tried, but at some point, maybe I wasn't really like giving him, but at some point he just went his way. If it's a Nigerian man, he'll follow me after the traffic. He'll keep coming because he wants to get that number. But a Ghanaian man will not. So if it's a Ghanaian girl and you're like, come here, chances of her coming is very, like, it's 50-50. She might come, she might not come. But maybe a lot of Nigerian girls might be so bold to like, yeah, why are you calling me like that? Or they might even approach you and tell you why you like making why are you creating a scene or something like that. Or they might even approach you and end up not even giving you the number because you've embarrassed them or something like that. But Ghanaian girl, she might not even come at all. So if you say Ghanaian girl, you're like, please don't go there screaming and shouting like, oh, come, you there, you wearing the red, come here. Oh, please. You have to be a gentleman. Give her the sign that you're trying to get her. Call her in a subtle way. You can even ask the waiter to, tell her you want, something like that. Just don't make it so obvious you're trying to get her, Well, this doesn't apply for every Ghanaian, but for majority of the Ghanaians that I have noticed, you don't approach them like that. They're very like, So, and if by chance you guys happen to exchange numbers and you want to meet somewhere, please don't come with a coffee-based situation. I told you we don't do coffee thing here. Unless she has traveled abroad or she's exposed to your culture, then she can do it. But for the most part, it's better for you to ask her where she wants to go or what she wants to do or where she wants to meet. If she's into drinking, you can afford to take her to the bar. If she's not into drinking, you can meet at the beach. If she's not also feeling beach vibe or she doesn't know how to swim or something like that, you can have a dinner. For the most part, our men handle the things. We don't even think about 50-50. So if you're coming here with your 50-50, this thing, I don't know. Maybe she might indulge you for the first time, but subsequently it might become a problem, especially if she's not exposed to your culture or she's not into that kind of thing, or she hasn't met a man who has access to pay 50-50 on the first dates before. So I don't know why you're also being very greedy, because if you convert the money to your currency, how much are you coming to spend on the dates that you wanted to split the bill? 9 times out of 10, the dates and lunch or dinner might not even cost up to $10, and you wanted to split the bill. Why? This is how you do in your country. Please don't come here and be chisel with our women. Okay. I don't even have to tell you this, but when you go to a country, you don't have to mistreat the locals. I don't have to go into it. And also, you might meet some ignorant people, just like in every country. This is not limited to Ghana. There are ignorant people across the world and stuff. So if you meet someone, because I have had experience, maybe not personally, it didn't happen to me personally, but it happened to someone that was close to me, and we were in a bus, like the torture situation. I don't want to go deep into the story, but the video is already kind of long. So he was interrogated by a Ghanaian. He's a Togolese guy who can't really express himself in English and can't say where he's going to or can't mention his stop very well. So that's how they knew he was not from here. And this Ghanaian man, I shouldn't call him a guy, he's an elderly man, was interrogating this Togolese guy like, why did you leave your country to come here? And you're enjoying here. I don't like Togo. Togo is a small country. Togo is this. Togo is that. I've been to Nigeria. Oh, this, oh, that. Like, who asked you all these questions? Who asked you whether or not you like Togo? Like, it was so uncalled for. And I felt a little bit, like, I felt cringe. Like, nobody in the bus could say anything because, me too, I'm not coming to expose myself that, hey, me too, I'm not from here. Before the guy will come and attack me, why are you here? So, what I'm trying to say is, in every country, you might meet people who are ignorant. And if you happen to meet them, please do not engage with them. For me, I was very happy this Togolese guy did not truly understand English, because if he did, what that man did was very insulting and abusive. He doesn't know it's the foreigners that made this country, that made Ghana what it is. Like, look at Ghana, like, 20 years ago, how was it compared to now? A lot of foreigners came here. You know, the foreign investors and stuff also elevates the country as well. Development comes in and stuff. So when the locals are telling you, why did you leave your country to come here? It's a little bit insulting in a way, because if not for foreigners, even Dubai is made today not just because of oil money. Because if you have oil money and nobody's coming to your country to enjoy or spend, then how would you, it's a tourist destination today. So foreigners, migration is something that will always happen. It's not about your country is better than their country, even if 9 times out of 10, maybe that's the situation and stuff. But people will always migrate. There are people in the US coming to Africa. What would you say? Aren't people saying America or wherever Western countries are better than here? So why are the Westerners coming here? Would you also attack them for coming here? So sometimes I get passionate about this kind of thing, because it pisses me off. Like, why would you do something like that? It's not nice. It shows you come out, you leave your house, and then you come out, and I don't even know the Togolese guy, but Charlie, it was very bad. I'm not even saying it as it went down, but it was really bad. So my final points before I end this video, I think I've been talking and ranting for too long, is when you go to the malls, digital cameras are not allowed in the malls. You can use your phones to record, but when they see like this whole camera thing, it feels like you're coming to do something really serious and big. And also for the privacy of other people at the restaurants as well, digital cameras may not be allowed as well. I think I have said most, if not all, of what I have come to say. Did I talk about Shito? Yeah, Shito is also a Ghanaian. This is probably, I didn't even talk about the beach and sunscreens. So let me say this before I wrap up the video. There are a lot of things to be aware of, but these are just the top ones I can think of. So shito is a black pepper that is used as a condiment for most Ghanaian dishes and stuff. It's very tasty and very nice. So if you come here and your stomach is still adjusting to foreign foods, do not eat shito, especially when you be going out and having a lot of activities, unless you have a very strong stomach and you've been traveling to a lot of countries and you've eaten so many things and you trust your stomach would not react to a lot of things, a lot of foreign things. But it's advisable to eat shito when you're in your hotel and see how it's going with you before you eat it when you're going to have a very busy schedule, because diarrhea is real. You might end up visiting the bathroom for a number of times during the day. When you're going to the beach, please and please and please do not forget your sunscreens. Your sunscreens are very important, especially for the Caucasian people and maybe some of the black people that also get burns, because the climate is very different. And when you're coming, maybe where you're coming from is a very cold place and now you're coming to a very different climate. Do not forget your sunscreens, because you'll burn. You will burn and you turn red. Don't come and say Africa has spoiled your skin. I'm warning you now in advance. Please and please and please, if you're even stepping out, not even the beach, and the weather is very hot, please do not forget to use a sunscreen and stay protected. Always invest in a hat as well. And please do not argue with the lifeguards. They are there to protect you and prevent casualties. So if they tell you do not swim beyond this point, please do not swim beyond that point. Maybe because the day you went to the beach, maybe the currents of the waves and stuff is different. No two waters are the same. Even divers and professional swimmers will tell you the same thing. Water is not your friend. You might think water is very fluid and it's very dangerous. You can be the best swimmer in your country. You can come and drown here. We don't want to see you on TV that Bruni has come to drown in Labadi Beach or somewhere. So please listen to them when they're telling you what to do, because every day is different. So please listen to them. And this is how I wrap this video today. Please stay tuned. I have more videos coming up. So on Saturday at noon, the late afternoons, I'm going to post another video on. I have a very interesting conversation coming up. So this is how I wrap the video. My name is Amatiana, and this is the Miss Rich channel. Thank you so much for this engaging conversation, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your family, and click on the notification icon to toggle it on so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great and fantastic stay in Accra when you come. Bye bye.
Tiana.